I'm gonna cry. I'm already crying. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to that Christian Nerd channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to a award-winning short film on OCD. Now, there's a few different reasons why I'm doing it. June is Men's Health Month, often celebrated as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I was actually diagnosed with OCD in the summer of 2023. With that diagnosis came a lot of mixed feelings. I kind of buried the fact that I was diagnosed and almost forgot about it for a whole year until last summer when I had to kind of face it because of some stuff that was going on. And this year, when I have come to realize, of course, that this is what's going on, I'm trying to understand it better and trying to live with this. Also, reviewing movies and TV shows and things like that is also part of my content. So I thought this would be a good way to merge all these things together into a video where I could open up and be vulnerable like I think I need to in relation to this, but also watch a good film, even if it is a short film. All that said, if you're interested in psychology, advocacy for mental health, anything like that, I would encourage you to stick around for this video, comment, follow, and make sure you check up on the men in your life.
One, two, one, two, three. One, two, one, two.
No, babe, no, please.
One, two.
Babe, come on.
1 second, I just need to finish this.
You don't need to do anything, babe.
I know.
No, you don't work there. You do not have to fix anybody's shelves. Is it exposure therapy? Is that what's making you spiral?
Woo wee, yeah. Already, there's a lot to talk about. So this is a popular portrayal of OCD where you like have to turn the doorknob oh so many times, or you're a neat freak or something like that, as they say. But the obsessions that are causing this behavior, the compulsions that you do to try to soothe anxiety, and those sorts of things can be numerous. There are different types of OCD, each one coming with their various challenges and stuff like that. Again, that's not to say this film is wrong. This is correct. Like in the first 30 seconds, we're already seeing the obsessions, the compulsions, and why this is a disorder because it is actively disrupting his day. He can't even leave the store because he feels this compulsive need to fix all of the stuff on the shelves. So far, a great portrayal. I just wanted to flag that this is not the only way that OCD manifests. And this actually isn't the kind of OCD that I have. My OCD is very different than this.
I don't know, I guess.
It's gonna be fine, Owen. Can you just trust me, please?
I know. You're right.
See? Breathe. Don't forget, we got rid of the string of doom.
No, wait, no, please.
Owen, stop! This is good for you. This is good for you. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Please don't do
I'm
this.
sorry.
No!
That didn't leave your pocket for years, but you overcame it.
Uh-huh.
And Owen.
I swear, I'm gonna cry. I'm already crying. Oh, there are so many lies that you believe when you have OCD. And it truly feels like if you don't have this thing or you can't do this behavior, that the world will end. Like, that's how it feels. It's some part of you a lot of times, at least, some part of you knows that's not true and that you can get through your day and your life without it. But at least for me, I constantly doubt that. And I often act as though I believe the very opposite of that. Notice too that his girlfriend in this video is doing what seems to be a kind of exposure therapy, where instead of running from all of the fear and anxiety that he has, his girlfriend tries to make him confront it. And you can tell in that scene for her, that was horrible. And I can just imagine, like, if you're a people pleasing type, if you're the type that has a hard time setting boundaries and these sorts of things, and if you're the type of person who hates conflict, all of that is going to feel like an impossible task. Confronting someone in a way that is going to cause change or growth or transformation in some way, especially in relates to OCD when they really, really, really don't want it, as you can see in this video, can be really tough. Kudos though for talking him through this, because having someone there with you, having community with you, having someone like having someone there who understands, like, it can change everything. But a lot of times people don't understand OCD. I can confidently say that I was experiencing OCD or OCD-like symptoms since, at least middle school, like high middle school into high school. And so for a long time, I went undiagnosed, and that was painful. I'm glad I did get diagnosed because for a long time I started feeling like I was crazy because the voices in your head and the intrusive thoughts, like, you're constantly obsessing about things and you're constantly hearing those things in your head. So after a while, I started feeling like I was going crazy and I was doubting myself, and I was wondering, like, is anyone else like this? Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be normal? I just want to be normal. Anyway, point is that is an accurate portrayal. For me, when I don't engage in my compulsion, I my anxiety gets heightened, and so I start struggling in social situations. The what happens when I get anxious is that my earlobes get hot and my legs start to feel wobbly and numb, kind of non-existent. So I start feeling that more and more, and social situations become much harder. The voices in your head, the obsessions, they're getting louder, and so this leads me to believe, again, we talked about, there are so many lies that you believe as a result of having OCD. It leads me to believe that I kind of need the compulsions in order to survive, in order to thrive. And you see that in this character. This actually isn't the first obsession or compulsion that they've had that their girlfriend had to help them overcome. And again, thank goodness for her.
Next to the string of doom, your other compulsions, walk in the park. We got this.
Yeah, I don't feel like we got this.
No, babe, please. Oh, and this is important for me. For us. Like, if you can get through tonight, oh my god, dinner on Saturday is gonna be the easiest thing in the world with my parents. Is that what's worrying you, meeting my parents?
No, of course not.
Okay, good.
With OCD and fear, there is so much catastrophizing that goes on in your mind. Um, and honestly, the anticipation to something, whatever is making you anxious or fearful, is probably way worse than the actual event itself. But that's not what you're convinced of. You're convinced that the event is going to be the most horrific thing you will ever experience. Like, it feels apocalyptic, even if it's not that big of a deal at all in reality. Such a mental hurdle to get through.
Oh, babe, can you get some vanilla ice cream? I know you worry you can get frostbite from holding the tub. That's like great exposure for you.
Vanilla ice cream. Sounds good.
Yay, thank you.
Fuck.
What?
There's a rocky road in the vanilla section.
Owen?
I gotta move it.
Owen, no, don't do it. No, Owen, stop. Think. Tell me what moving the rocky road is going to do. If you say it out loud, you can just hear how
You can. This started to make me anxious. You can hear the voices in his head as his girlfriend is talking to him. Again, she is fantastic. I wish I had I wish I had someone like this in my life, to be honest. Because if nothing else, she gives him another voice that he can listen to and hear truth from. Because otherwise, all you have is what's in your head. That's a really horrible place to be.
rational the thought is.
Are you crazy? I don't want to speak it into existence.
Okay, I agree with that.
With what, me moving it?
No, Owen. Just resist the urges. Please. For me.
Woo! Oh Lord. Yeah, this is so accurate. Uh, um, wow. And that's honestly like how it feels. It is such a monumental task to not engage in the compulsion. It really is. Um, I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like I would need to be Superman to stop engaging in the compulsions. It feels like I would have to be Green Lantern or something and just have such a strong will that it wouldn't bother me. And again, we know that's unrealistic, but that's not what our brains that's not what our brains and our bodies are convinced of. Very so far, very, very good stuff from this film.
I know. You're right.
Also, notice that she said, resist for me. And thank goodness that worked in this instance. And it's great when you have that kind of relationship with someone who can walk you through those things, of course, as I've said repeatedly throughout this video. But oftentimes, especially when you're in community or especially when you have a girlfriend or these other things, the obsessions and compulsions feel like you're constantly failing the people around you. At least it does in my case. Anytime I have these intrusive thoughts or obsessions, anytime I engage in my compulsions, I constantly feel like I'm failing my friends, that I'm failing my community in multiple ways. And there's several reasons for that. Again, partly has to do with maybe the lies, fear, and anxiety. Other parts of it have to do with other factors, but it is really tough, and that feeds into the constant cycle of guilt and shame that someone with OCD has.
Again, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can I also say that this movie is very well made? Like, everything is lit so well, the production quality and everything looks great. Like, this movie, if nothing else, like, there's a lot to love about this already. But this movie looks so good, and I that's awesome. I love that.
I love you.
Walking away.
I'm so proud.
Whew, for anyone who has OCD, like being told that someone loves you and they're proud of you, um, can really hit. Because again, you often feel like a failure. You constantly feel like you're letting everyone down. You know, at least in my case, this is how I feel. That any of your significant others are going to leave because you have this, and so on and so forth. So it's really nice to hear that and how supportive she is. She's about to be my favorite character in movies. She's about to be one of my favorite female characters in movies.
Is there anything else I can grab?
I don't know. Let me think.
Hey. Hey. You just gonna leave that ice cream there?
Hey, babe.
Yeah, Owen, I'm still thinking.
Hey, do your fucking job, soldier.
You got the wrong guy, sir. I'm sorry.
Wrong guy. Yeah, right, okay. Well, it's your bed. You sleep in it. Coward.
Hey, babe, I'm just gonna pay for what I've got. There's this crazy guy talking to me.
Crazy guy. I'm the crazy guy. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. This fucking place. Disorganized.
Can we? Okay. Oh. So first of all, he doesn't work there. Um, oh my goodness. And like, even if he did, like, can I just stop to say, I've been working in customer service my entire job career. Like, disrespecting customer service helpers is such a red flag. Like, that's such a big problem, you know? Like, don't do that. Like, I don't care how bad of a day you're having, they're having a bad day too. And he's especially having a bad day. Like, just don't do it.
Are you still there, babe?
Doesn't look so good. No, you might be sick.
No. I'm not sick. I just get nosebleeds when it's hot or when I'm stressed.
No, it could be the brain cancer. I did warn you.
Sir, could you just please just give me some space? Thanks.
Huh? Yeah, sure thing. Pussy.
Who are you talking to?
The crazy guy, he won't leave me alone.
Hey, speaking of alone, that place looks familiar.
Gas leak in the area. Residents are being urged to evacuate immediately, as it appears the source of the gas leak is coming from the house directly
Wait, is
behind.
that? Babe, is there a news crew outside of our building?
Oh, yeah, how do you know that? They've been here all day. I don't know why.
Anna, I need you to listen to me right now.
Yes, Owen, I'm listening.
What the fuck? I never wore that.
Internet these days. You can do a whole lot of digging.
Babe,
Oh
Yeah, sorry,
man.
Anna. I need you to get out of there right now.
what?
I think there's a gas leak.
Authorities will test from the clock to contain the leak.
Nice try, Owen, but you're not getting out of this exposure therapy, all right?
Anna, I'm being serious.
Oh, oh man. Oh man. For I don't know about you guys. I mean, not only is this my lived experience, but like I try to be a very empathetic person. So like I feel his fear and anxiety. Whew. Um you see on social media like people are people are calling him a racist, asking for him to be canceled and all this sorts of stuff. Like this really does speak to a problem, especially as a content creator. Like my relationship with social media, I feel like is all right, but there is definitely truth to the fact that it raises anxiety. My obsessions and compulsions um, do not relate to my social media content, thank goodness, or much of my social media presence. Uh, but but I will say that in my case, there is a like constant fear, constant anxiety that the the compulsions that I've done, um, because of all this guilt and shame and stuff as well, that my compulsions and so on and so forth will kind of come back to bite me through social media, where like people will, I don't know, I guess the fears that I would get exposed or stuff like that for um, bad behavior or something like that because of the compulsions. Again, probably an irrational fear on my part, but that is the fear. Thank goodness, in my community, I try to have accountability and I talk to people and I open up to people. Um, so that and obviously trying, at least for me, in a being a Christian, I'm trying to do, live out my faith in a certain way. And so some of the Christian practices and rituals have been helpful for me and transformative for me as well. But despite all of this, it's not like the compulsions go away. And it is definitely a big fear that um, social media is sort of going to I don't know, reveal you as this horrific human being and forever shun you when in reality you may have done this or that thing, but you're struggling, right? You're yeah, holding yourself accountable, you're repentant, uh, and you're taking responsibility. Um, but like your private life um, may become exposed and those sorts of things like those, that's the sort of fear that's there. Like especially if people, because people on social media are going to come to their own conclusions without hearing the full side of the story. I actually, accidentally did this recently where I took a clip of someone's podcast and reacted to it. Unbeknownst to me, the context of that clip, completely changes your view on what is being said in the clip. But here I was just reacting to that. I saw the clip, made up my own mind, and made a video reacting to it, and that was very irresponsible of me. But unfortunately, this is what's happening on social media. People are taking certain bits of information, doing what they want with it, um, and they don't know the person. They don't know, the struggles. They don't know context or anything. But yeah, it is. I wouldn't say I obsess over this, but it is certainly an underlying fear. Um, in fact, I remember dressing up, wearing this really nice suit. It was actually the suit that I wore to my prom, and I wore it to a couple different times um, in my community, and I got a lot of positive feedback, compliments, a lot of looks and stares, and it's not like any of that was bad or anything. Like people were complimenting me, people were looking at me because the suit looked nice, especially the shoes. I really liked shoes. Shoes got a lot of compliments over the years, but even just people staring at me just felt so uncomfortable to me. This is when my OCD was at its highest, arguably, in terms of like how problematic it was being for my mental health. I just got this like horrible anxiety nagging sense that the people who were people looking at me were somehow seeing all of the obsessions and compulsions and um, bad behaviors that I was doing, um, and like continued to struggle with. There was a point in time where like that concern about that kind of stuff I was just talking about online definitely bled its way into my in-person social situations, and that was so that was so difficult. um I you know I don't think that anymore, and all of this too sucks, at least for me being extroverted. Like, I love people. I love talking to people, getting to know people. I love building deep relationships, and that is a deep desire I have. Um, but it is constantly it's made so difficult with OCD for various reasons, especially when a lot of the obsessions can, for various reasons, be applied to particular people, and people, unbeknownst to them, like they're not doing anything wrong, but they've kind of become a trigger for your disorder. It it really sucks. It really sucks. Anyway, that's enough rambling for me. Back to the movie.
Owen, no, you better not bail on me tonight.
You do bail on a lot of important shit.
No, Owen, Owen. Wait, what was it about candles that triggered you again?
See what you did? All because you're too chicken shit to do your job, your God-given duty to make the world right.
I didn't.
I didn't. What? Huh?
Yeah. Okay, so it is very clear to me that this man is representative of, um, the very, very negative and terrible OCD thoughts. Bringing God into it is interesting. As a Christian, I've really, really struggled to figure out how to bridge that gap between my faith and my OCD, because I know that people have religious OCD. And last thing I want in this world is to have my faith, which for me, and again, if you're not a person of faith, that's totally fine. If you're watching this is just me, talking about my OCD and stuff. But the last thing that I want is the thing that fundamentally defines who I am becoming a source of immense terror, anxiety, and distress. So I've tried to keep those two very separated. And I was challenged by my counselor, um, to not do that. And I think she was right to challenge me in that, but I'm just so scared that it's actually going to add to the guilt and shame rather than take away from it. Which really sucks, because given the way that Christian theology, or at least the biblical text, I think works, it should take away from it. Like the cross takes away guilt and shame. Uh, but I'm just so scared that it's going to add to it and make everything worse that I don't. Um, and you kind of you see that a little bit here, right? The guilt of what just happened becomes so, just intensified just a little bit more by saying, it's you had a duty to God, and look at you, you failed. Like that is very whew, that is very, very relatable, unfortunately.
Now look, Anna, God rest her soul. She didn't know what you do. Nobody knows what you do, but I do.
There was a song I used to sing. The song is called Devil Knows by Armin Paul. And I didn't realize until like after I was diagnosed with OCD, and then recently when I started like analyzing my experiences, was that uh I was singing those lyrics to that song, um because I felt like it was true. Like only me and the devil, you know, whether I thought it was like actual Satan or my OCD, knew about the kinds of things that were going on or what just happened. Because I didn't tell friends, I didn't tell family, I didn't tell anyone in community. Um, and a lot of times I didn't. It felt like God, wasn't there for me either. It felt like he either wasn't there for me or was unaware of me in a lot of ways. Um, Now, again, I quickly separated, my faith from my OCD, so those thoughts didn't last a very long time. But when they were around, specifically in relation to my OCD, um, that was also very rough. Like your entire world just ended, and only you know. Like that sucks. Um, Again, that's at least how it feels.
Who are you?
Don't worry about that, okay? That's top secret information. All you gotta know is that your compulsions, the consequences, if you don't go through with them, are real, and only you can fix it.
Hell.
You know.
Yes,
Now let's get going, all right? Because the shit's about to end. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
what the fuck is wrong with my leg?
Let's go. Owen, get up. Get going.
No! No!
Owen, get up right now. Jesus Christ. It's double time. Get going. Let's go. Shit's about to end. Go fast. You can go faster than that.
Oh man.
Come on, soldier. Get this shit done. Go, Owen. Move. Move. Roll like a man, not like a baby, Owen.
Okay, I did it. Is that it?
You did what you should have done before.
Oh, thank you. Thank God. Is everything back to normal?
Not really. I mean, what's happened's happened. You can't reverse it now.
Well, but the ice cream, I
I I love how his shirt says Scamazon. I didn't notice that before. I love that. We like Amazon here. That's how I got a lot of the things I have currently. So, but that is funny.
followed my compulsion.
Yeah? You fixed that. What about the rest of this mess?
Oh,
Wait, what do I do?
There's nothing you can do, soldier. You fucked up.
No, 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 go!
yeah. Yeah. Um Man, describing this as um the old man describing him as a soldier, this feeling like a war. He's literally army crawling across the ground. It really, really, genuinely feels that way. Um, yeah, he followed through on his compulsion, and things felt fine for a minute. Because they do, So you follow through on the compulsion, your anxiety and everything calms down, hopefully, for a little bit. How long that lasts and what that compulsion is and all that is going to change for each person. But like, it's only momentary. And, as the old man noted, there are other messes to clean up. Like you're going to have to keep doing this. Um, but at the same time, you're already messed up. Wow. It is scary how much I relate to this. Ooh, man, man. And can I say also, like, putting this in it looks like a gas station stop, where shelves need to be stocked, right, and all those sorts of things. That is like genius. That is a like like mega level genius move on their part. Um, because I worked at Family Dollar for most of my working career, um, about a year and a half, something like that. And like when I tell you that like shelves always need to be organized and stocked, customers do not put anything right. There was a bottle of Tums next to the crunchy cereal at one point, the Captain Crunch cereal at one point, and that was there for a little bit. Um, in my context, people were stealing, and I'm pretty well. I know that I watch people steal. I literally watched them do it at one point. But I'm pretty confident I saw other people stealing from the store. Like I, I, I cannot imagine having the OCD, um and it my obsession being related to, having to put things in order and make things neat and all that sort of stuff, and working really customer service like as a whole, but especially working things like Family Dollar, gas stations, Dollar General, stuff like that, like that's hell. That is hell, I would have to imagine. So this is very very genius on their part to do this.
I just a motherfucking robbery. Open that register right now, bitch.
Oh, I'm not I'm not laughing because this is funny. Because it's not. I'm just laughing because like it's such a ridiculous situation. Like, and not ridiculous and bad, or not ridiculous and like this is an inaccurate portrayal of OCD. Because again, I have been relating to this entire video. It's just so ridiculous that like one thing after another keeps happening, keeps building and escalating and escalating and escalating. And then there's a drop off point, hence when you engage in the compulsion, and then freaking robbers come with guns. Like it just keeps doing this. And uh it is so hard to deal with. So hard to deal with.
Everyone get the fuck down. You heard him. Get the fuck down. Hey, you. Hey, you work for Scamazon?
He even
Yeah.
called it Scamazon.
Hey, where the fuck is my package, man? What? I don't. What package? I ordered a package 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks? A motherfucking bidet. I still ain't got that bitch. You know how dirty my ass is right now?
Okay. All right, that was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. uh, and it's like a weird, it's like a weird sense of comedic levity in this otherwise, um, catastrophized and terrifying situation.
Hey, I know you. Hey, you that racist. What? No. Is that? Oh, yeah. That's the guy. You showed me the car. In the car. Yep. Yo, your shit is going viral. No, I'm not even like that. It's not even me in the photo. You racist piece of shit. Piece of shit.
And man, this brings up a whole other conversation about AI. Like, people have already been put in prison, I believe. And there's all sorts of stories, some of which, one of which at least I reacted to, which you can check out on my YouTube channel. where people are using deep fakes for various different purposes. Um, you know, like with the advent of AI and all these other things, like people with anxiety and OCD are going to have it so rough. Children are going to have it so rough because people are going to be able to create AI generated images of you and deep fakes of you doing things you never did. Um, the particular story that I reacted to, which was a horrifying situation where this girl's stepdad created AI images of her and her friend. Uh, that was a picture that he got off of her Facebook account. Ran it through the AI, and it made them completely naked. Terrifying, terrifying stuff is coming with AI. And it's just another reason to have anxiety because the future feels so uncertain, and it just feels like everything is getting worse all the time. And yeah, it's um, and again, the internet, as we talked about before, right? The internet's going to make up their mind. They're going to do what it do, and you have no control over that, and that sucks. Especially that sense of not having control, because OCD as well is like about control, right? Because the compressions, what am I saying? The compulsions are used to gain a sense of control over your anxiety, obsessions, your fears, and so on. But really, it's just feeding the machine, right? It's really gonna suck when people are just going to be able to do whatever they want to your online presence and you have no control.
Hey, we should shoot his racist ass.
I mean, yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Resist the urges. Please. For me.
You're right. I'm sorry. Walking away now.
This is gonna be great, okay?
See you at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, can I say, like, as a viewer of this who tries to be empathic and relates to this, obviously, because I have OCD, um, like, I feel so much relief as a viewer that nothing that we've seen for the last few minutes has been real. Like, that is absolutely amazing, and does speak to, again, what we've talked about. Anxiety and fear and OCD, they catastrophize everything. It really genuinely feels like the apocalypse in a lot of ways. Um, so it's nice that, you know, I, at least as a viewer, as someone with OCD, and hopefully you, even as a viewer, can like take a step back and breathe. Like, whew, okay, none of that happened. I assume more is gonna happen in the last couple minutes. I don't know, but like at least we can take a breather here. And no one knows. That's man. Whew, that's the other thing. Like no one knows the last several minutes of catastrophizing anxiety and fear that this man just went through, except him and his girlfriend. Um, and this really speaks to something I think is important about mental health in general. Um, like I interviewed a former therapist on trauma and relationships, and she described trauma as these invisible wounds, and was like, if these were like physical injuries on the body, you'd get it. I was like, wow, like, like that just blew me away. Like I think there can be such a stigma about mental health in general because mental health is often the scars, the wounds, the tears, the pains, the brokenness that you don't see. And if no one else sees it, it's really hard to believe. Um, so I think it's that definitely speaks to something as well. And maybe we can make some extra commentary as it is Men's Health Month. People celebrate as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, a lot of times, this is what's going on with men. That men feel like they lose the upper hand, or it's a strike against their masculinity and their expression of their gender to express any and all negative emotions. I mean, really, even positive ones to a certain extent. We cut off men's ability to love. That's a whole other conversation as well. But um, especially if you're dealing with like mental health stuff, or you're dealing with like even something internal to your body that you can't see, um, men just aren't going to talk about it. And that becomes a huge problem as well.
That would be 11/11, sir.
Make a wish.
Keep the change.
Huh. Wait, so he still has that? Oh man. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, it's wow. Because I was fully convinced that he did not have that rope or string or whatever at all. So it's very, very, very interesting that he still has that. And this is the other crazy part too. Like, no one cares. And I kind of mean this in a good way. Like, I mean, the guy at the front counter probably thought, okay, that was like a little weird, but whatever. No one else saw, or if they did say, they didn't really, care or trip out or anything about him catastrophizing and freaking out about the ice cream. Like, it's not just that like people aren't seeing it, it's also that like if they're not seeing it, then they probably aren't caring, which is actually kind of comforting if your OCD also creates a little bit of social anxiety. It's kind of comforting to be like, the thing that I think other people are freaking out about, they're not freaking out about. Like, they probably couldn't even care less. Um, yeah, it is comforting. And is that always the case? I don't know. It does kind of depend on the OCD that you have, because there are some types of OCD where like even just speaking about the obsessions that you have is would absolutely feel like it would change your relationship with other people for the worse, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it is nice to see that, like, I mean, everything's fine. Like, it really is just a chill night at you know the gas station or whatever. It's nice.
I put a spell on you.
Okay, so he did.
Because you're mine.
So he did fix the ice cream. As someone who loves movies in general, as someone who loves advocating for mental health and men's mental health, as someone who has OCD, like this movie is really, really well made. I feel seen, heard, and valued through it. It really captures the experience well. Like, I understand why this won so many awards. This is a fantastic 12 minutes. I would really encourage people to go check it out. Just watch it on their own, without my ridiculous commentary making this video, at least at the time of recording, almost an hour long. Probably gonna go over an hour here in a little bit. Uh Man. Um to those people who are gonna watch this movie, who are gonna watch this video, like, thank you. That might sound weird, but um it was really, really hard to accept the fact that I had OCD, and then to go back and think through my experiences all the way into my childhood to go, ah, now everything makes sense. It was hard to open up to people about my OCD. I only opened up to a few people that are in my community, very few people. It was one of those like really closely, like, to the chest, things that I guarded for a long time. Uh, and I finally like feel comfortable and okay enough to talk about it a bit more. Like, I would not have made this video a year ago. I probably would not have made this 5 months ago. Um, So I genuinely appreciate you watching this. This isn't just one of my gaming videos or something like that. Like, this is, deeply personal stuff. So I appreciate you being along with me for the ride on that if you've made it to this point in the video. Um, I will go ahead and in the commentary let this video speak for itself. Of course, a lot more could be said, but there are also other short films on YouTube about OCD, and we can always react to those as well sometimes. So, all that said, make sure to comment, subscribe, share this video, click the bell, do all that fun stuff so you can be notified about when new videos come out. And let's make sure we're checking up on the men in our life. We never know what's going on, and um, we never know what kinds of things are in the closet, what kinds of wounds are invisible. So I think it's really important to make sure that we're going to people and saying, "Hey, like, do you need to talk? Are you doing okay? Is there anything I can do for you here in this instance?" Those sorts of things. So, thank you again, and I really hope you have a blessed day.